Hello, everybody. This is Brett Davis Unleashed on IQ Podcast at Attorney King Studios in beautiful Coronado, California. I'd like to thank King Amanpour for everything he does. And my special guest today is Tracy Lynn Cowan. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, Brett. Thank you for having me on the show today. It's so great to see you.
Well, it's good to see you too. I mean, we've been talking a long time about getting together and talking and doing the stuff we're going to try to do today, but finally.
I know, it's been a long time coming. So two masterminds in the health and wellness industry and the entertainment business finally get together and we get to talk about all the good stuff going on today.
Well, I have to say I'm very humbled by what you say because I actually follow what you do because I learned from you and I think you're amazing.
Thank you. The feeling is absolutely mutual and reciprocal. And that's why I was excited. I mean, we've been talking about this for a long, long time, and I've been watching your work and watching you excel in all areas of your life. And, that's what we're here to talk about today. So it's exciting that we're able to talk about the positive things in life rather than, a lot of the negativity and a lot of the not so good stuff going on right now. So.
Right. I think, we're in the perfect time to start a lot of things. It's a great time to work out. It's a great time to, not necessarily have a gym, but work out of your house. I mean, a long time ago when I started working out, because you're way younger than me, of course. You're 25, right?
Yeah. Well, I was going to say 29. My girlfriend said the other day that this year we're not going to count our age because it doesn't technically count. So I'm holding at 29 solid.
In golf, they call that a mulligan.
Yeah, exactly. I love it.
So it's interesting because I was talking to somebody the other day and we were talking about how in the 70s we didn't have all the gyms that we have today. And we have more at our disposal right now than any other time. So what's happened is a lot of people can't go to gyms, so they're going back to in-home training the way it started out a long time ago.
Yeah, and I'm all for the gyms, and I love the 70s, 80s gyms. I love Gold's, shout out to Gold's, dirty kind of dungeon gym. I'm old school when it comes to fitness and training, but what I've really learned is that I'm able to be creative in my own home. As you can probably see, I've got the TRX, my resistance bands, everything set up, my weights, my yoga mat. But I've been really exploring the outdoors and strapping my TRX up to a tree outside in the park and being in nature. And you know what? I love it. And I'm thinking, everybody asks me, are you excited to get back to the gym? You know what? I'm actually going to ease into the gym, I think. I'm not going to run in there like a lot of people, I think. And I'm just going to stay for about 3 to 4 weeks, I think, doing my training because I'm really loving the way it feels.
No, I feel the same way. I love gyms. I have 4 or 5 different memberships in San Diego. When I'm in LA, I always go to Gold's. Shameless plug. I like the gym, Pacific Beach. That's a great gym. I highly recommend it if you're ever in San Diego. But
Nice.
I'm liking the getting back to the basic type of stuff. But I mean, when we talk basics, we're talking like push-ups and pull-ups and punches and running, but I'm doing like thousands.
Exactly. I love it.
That's something I haven't done in a long time.
Yeah.
High reps.
I love that you're doing thousands. I'm doing my famous workout that I love the most. I'm going to give a little nugget. I don't know if you probably already do these, but doing the hundreds program. And I love it with my clients and both myself because you go to complete exhaustion and failure. So you pick one exercise and just basically, so say for example, we'll just make it easy. We'll do bicep curls. So we go bicep curls with a, pretty good weight, but not too much, not too heavy. And you go, you got to keep your form, but you go until you get to 100. So if you quit at 30 and you take a 1 second, 3 second rest, that's okay. If you get to 50 and you take your rest, that's okay. You have to go continuously until you get to your 100. Then you get 11-second rest in between, and we go to the next exercise. Usually it depends on my client, if it's a pro athlete or a celebrity or whoever I'm training. Usually what I'll do is I'll do like 5 to 6 to 7 exercises. So they're pretty beat by the end of the workout.
How long does that workout usually take?
How long does that one take? Well, depending on if I do 3 to 5 for some of my clients, it usually take roughly about maybe 30 to 40 minutes. And then the 5 to 6 to 7 reps and different exercises, usually it take just over an hour, maybe an hour and 15 minutes. And I mean, we go quick, we go hard, your heart rate's up, and you're just drenched and soaked and sweat. And I mean, it's hardcore, but it's so good because you're so pumped and your muscles are basically like you can't move your arms, you can't move your legs, everything's just exasperated. It's awesome. Well, I think it's awesome.
Well, you look great, Tracy.
Thank you. You too. You leaned out and you look great. You look really fit, and you know it's so great to see that we're thriving in these times. You know, and that's why I was so excited about being on your show, because I wanted to talk about all the things that could go right and all the things that are going right rather than what are going wrong and what could potentially go wrong in the near future and in the future. So this is awesome that we're optimistic and we're using health and wellness as a tool to keep us through, you know, tough times.
I think it's also important to be around like-minded people as much as you can. Not socially, of course, but maybe through, you know, the internet, any way you can.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, that's good that you touched on that, because the hard part about that is a person like myself, and I don't know if you're the same as me, but I'm such an extrovert and I feed off people and emotions and just energy and physical touch and, you know, just being surrounded by people. So for me, you know, the first 4 weeks were really challenging. It was like waves and peaks and valleys of emotion and
Sure.
missing people and missing, you know, being around, you know, just anything, energy and positivity. You can get it through the phone and FaceTime and all that, but it's just a little different in person. So I was getting the lonely bug there for a couple weeks. And I really started to read and write and journal and just kind of figure out what was going on for me at that time. So I've learned a lot about myself through this process.
No, I've also gone through the same thing with my interviews and, you know, writing things out. I've been thinking more about. I've actually gotten. It's crazy. I've actually gotten more done during this period of time, I think, than in years.
Yeah, I know, right? That's why people are like, well, what are you doing? You must be, you know, what do you do? I don't understand. And they're just so baffled that I'm busy during this time. But if I don't allow myself to be creative during this time and really like finish off the bucket list and do all the things I wanted to do, we should have been coming out of the gates super strong, regardless of a pandemic, regardless of a virus. This is the beginning of a new year, 2020. And I mean, these are when we're setting our goals and we're checking things off the list and we're setting ourselves up for success. And a lot of people I've found that are really just, you know, sitting on this time. You know, it's so depressing. I ride my bike over to the park to do a workout in the morning, and I see the pizza delivery guy driving like, and I asked them because I'm so curious, I'm blown away. This is 7, 8 in the morning. And I was like, are you delivering a pizza right now? He's like, yes, this is one of our busiest times, like between 7 and 10. I'm like, how are people doing this? I mean, trust me, I enjoy a good pizza, but like, come on, you guys, like, let's get up, wake up, and, you know, start our day off right. If you're starting your day off with a pizza, you know what the rest of the day is going to be like.
Oh yeah. Not only that, you're going to be more sluggish.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, the thing is I really love this time. I'm able to explore, you know, things. It slowed me down. And that's the biggest blessing that I've received from this whole process. You know, and don't get me wrong, I'm not, you know, you know, my heart goes out to these families and these people that have lost their lives and their loved ones and things like that. So, you know, my heart goes to you guys. But this is, you know, for the people that are in a different spectrum of it, you know, what are we doing to really set ourselves up for the future? You know, because we're never going back to normal. And people are
No.
like, I can't wait to get back to normal. I mean, do you believe there's a normal after this?
No, I think what has to do is what has to happen is we have to heighten our awareness of more things that maybe we've taken for granted, even the
Mm.
littlest things.
Yeah, and that's what it is. That was the thing where to slow me down. You know, I never wanted to slow down. I've always been at one speed. It's either I'm sleeping or I'm flying through everything, you know, and accomplishing things. So for me, it's like, okay, I have to slow everything down, and how am I going to maximize my time, and how am I going to motivate myself in the home? I'm not an at-home type of worker, because for me, I get distracted by amazing things like my little doggy Angel. She wants to say hi. And I get, you know, distracted and pulled here, pulled there. So I've been writing down everything that I'm going to do during what times. And that's helped me to manage and structure my schedule so that I'm not all over the place.
Sure. I mean, I've got my list here.
I love it. See, that's why I appreciate you.
Here's the other list.
That looks like a table. I have like sticky notes and everything, like all over the place. I love that.
We're very like-minded.
Yeah. And you know what? For people that are like us, and I know there's a lot of us out there, especially people in the health and wellness industry and stuff, and people that are striving and succeeding and real like go-getters and very ambitious. The thing with us is that, you know, you can't slow us down or stop us, you know, unless we allow it to happen. But writing it down and visualizing it, looking at it, if I don't have, like, I can only take calls during this time, I can only do text messages during this time now. And it's helped me a lot. And I got actually really good golden nugget for you here. I did a dopamine cleanse last week, and I was going to do it this week, but I screwed up. And what I mean by that is I screwed up Monday morning, because the first thing I did before I prayed and meditated, which I don't normally do, is looked at my Instagram, because I posted a really cool TikTok video, and so I wanted to get, you know, see how many likes I got on it. So this dopamine cleanse was actually where you take away all the things that kind of give you a rush, and serotonin and dopamine. So getting likes off Instagram, looking at your IG story, looking at your text messages, music. You can listen to audios and things that help you and stuff like that. No alcohol, no drugs. Well, that's a given anyway. No sex, like all these things. And you do this for about 5 to 7 days. And then it starts to build like a habitual habit of, like, you know, slowing down on the things that we're seeking to give us instant pleasure, you know? So I loved it. It was actually a little bit difficult in the first couple of days. And then I was like, okay, I can do this. Being competitive, it really helped.
Well, it does. It's hard. It's, I mean, for myself, I found that as I've gotten more mature, older.
Let's say mature better.
Huh?
I like mature better. I don't like that word older.
I like mature. There's some other things I can't think of right now, but I agree with you. The biggest challenge as people that are used to being go-getters and just going after what they want is learning how to harness the energy, like you said, starting your day off with meditation and the prayer and meditation. The first thing, I mean, even during the day, sometimes when you're feeling a little overwhelmed, doing the same thing again, you said everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I love that. And, you know, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. You know, every day waking up to text messages, replying to everybody, giving them my energy, you know, always like giving back, giving time and attention. And, you know, pretty soon there's 37 text messages you have to respond to. Then you've got a whole batch of emails. Then you got your social media. Then you got your TikTok videos. It's like, you know, people wonder where your day goes. If you allow yourself to get carried away, you'll get carried away into that flow. So I'm really like, you know, making sure that I like really stop and slow down enough to be able to, you know, not allow those things to take me and distract me from what I'm doing.
You're in high demand, as you can see. Everybody wants you.
Well, thanks. I don't know about that, but
they're calling from London, right? You're getting calls from London, all around the world. They want to talk to the great Tracy.
Thank you. Well, it's funny because I put my phone on airplane mode, put my phone on do not disturb, and the messages still get through. I don't know how that happens, but anyway, that's.
They're doing everything they can to break into you, to getting to you.
I've been hacked. So.
Tracy, tell me what it is you have on the table there.
Yeah. Okay.
What is
So.
that?
I'm super excited. I can't wait till you try this. This is my new Smash TLC Fit Gel. So I've got a line of products right now that I've just,
Really?
this product's been around for about 8.5 years, and I've finally recreated it into my own brand and my own product. And it's a natural product, and it's basically a topical serum, a gel, and what it does is it helps to detoxify the skin. As you know, the skin is the largest organ in the body, so what it does is pulls the impurities and the toxins out, and what it does is smooth out the body, and it helps with weight loss. It also helps to pull the excess water off our skin. So for example, we've eaten something we shouldn't have, and we eat pizza at 8 in the morning. Well, you can use this and it will pull that extra water from, that bloat we get and when we're holding water, or for women, the time of the month. This is great for pro athletes or celebrities that are getting ready to audition for their next act, and also for pro athletes, looking good on camera, models, fitness models, bodybuilders, athletes, and it's good for just, anybody. I love it because it's full of essential oils and amazing products like aloe vera. You can use it on your face. I've been using it on my skin. And you can also use it with the waist trainers that I have. So I've got a couple different waist trainers. Here's one here. It usually looks covered in sweat after you use it. And then I have the guys' body vests. I also have the Under Armour style V-neck shirts for the guys that go down in the winter. And then the ones for the girls as well that are, slimming, and they don't look bulky, and you don't look like you have a stomach or a gut underneath your clothes if you wear this.
Right.
So I'm super excited. This is one of my many products of my new performance line. So I've been working on this for a couple of years now. So this is really exciting for me to be able to open up more of the health and wellness products to the world. I've got a couple more products coming out as well. I've got a supplement coming out. And I also have something that's going to help to hydrate you, and a remineralizer. So basically anything to do with wellness, and I'm going to be able to do like a one-stop shop. I've got my Unleashed protein bar as well. It's a vegan plant-based protein bar. And so I've got a lot of things that are coming out. So by this summer, you're going to see a lot of TLC Unleashed performance products coming out.
Well, that's really crazy is that that's the name of my show, Brett Davis Unleashed. You've
I love it.
And you're also unleashed.
See,
I had no idea.
We are unleashed. Well, TLC Unleashed came about probably like 3 years ago, and people are always like, you're so just like off the hook, you're just this, and I was like, that's it, Life Unleashed with TLC. That's funny. See, we are so like-minded, we even have the same type of names.
Isn't that crazy? Isn't that wild?
I love it.
No idea.
Yeah, so, well, I was lucky enough to be born with the initials TLC, so it actually worked out well. I also have the pain spray coming out too, the CBD pain management spray as well. So
really,
a lot of good stuff. I can't wait for you guys to try.
Well, I can't wait to do a story on that and help people learn about all the great things that you're offering and doing to help the world become a more healthy and healed place.
Thanks, Brett, and you too. I mean, I've admired your work and everything you've been doing, and in the entertainment world as a journalist and a podcaster, and you're good at what you do. You're definitely. I know Mike Glass has got you on the list for MC of the Year once we finally get to do the award show. Is that right?
What was that?
I think Mike Glass has you on the list for the award show coming up. Whenever we're going to have it, he's got.
Really?
Yeah, I think you're nominated. I saw your name on the list.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I'm going to look
I
into
didn't see
that.
my name on any list.
I'm going to get back to you on that because I'm pretty sure. If not,
Wow.
maybe I saw that in a dream and I need to nominate you. So your name needs to be on that list. I've seen it on the list for some reason.
Well, hopefully it's the right list.
It's never the wrong list. I'm sure it is.
So tell me, what's a good, we're going to have to do this again if you would like to come back and maybe even be on the radio show one of these times.
I would love that.
What's a good website, Tracy?
Awesome. Okay, guys, so you can follow me at www.tlcunleashed.com. And you can also find me on social media everywhere. TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, YouTube. My new YouTube channel is going to be loaded with a lot of stuff. So under Tracy Lynn Cowan, everything is TLC Unleashed across the board. My podcast, Life Unleashed with TLC, also on YouTube. And yeah, that's it. So
this went by too quick.
I know. You know what we should do? We should have you on my show right now.
Okay.
What a great
Sarah,
idea.
how do we do that now? Do we click off? I mean,
I think what we're going to do is we'll click off and then we'll call back and in maybe 5 minutes and then we'll get you on my show. Sound
perfect.
good?
I mean, that'll give me time to.
Yeah, call me back like 5 to 10 minutes. And if you want to call on yours and then we can record it, that'd be awesome.
Very cool.
Brett, you're amazing. Thank you for inspiring me and motivating me. I think you're
thank you.
absolutely awesome.
I feel like I had a cup of coffee talking to you. You're like a
I
fresh cup of caffeine.
I haven't even drank coffee yet.
I know, but you're like, you have that effect. You're energized.
Thanks, Brett. I look forward to talking to you in a few minutes.
Thank you so much. Everybody, thank you so much for being on my podcast today at Brett Davis Unleashed on IQ Podcast at Attorney King Studio. My guest today was the wonderful, intellectual, and beautiful Tracy Lynn Cowan, and it was very nice having you on the show.
Thank you, Brett. Thank you for having me. I appreciate you so much.
Oh, I appreciate you too, and I know there's a lot more we're going to do together.
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to thank my sponsors, Attorney King at Indian Motorcycles of San Diego and Cosmopolitan Restaurant and Hotel. And when Tracy comes down, we're going to make sure we take her to the Indian Motorcycle and also to Cosmopolitan for a nice black and salmon or a vegetarian dinner, whatever she wants.
Oh, nice. Black and salmon. Yes, please. That sounds amazing.
Okay. Take care.
Thanks. Bye, Brett.
God bless.
Bye. God bless.